Hello everyone. Let me ask you a quick question. When was the last time you used an ATM? Probably yesterday or maybe even this morning. We use it all the time, but do we really know what happens behind the screen? Today, our group from class 02 TPLP 025 consisting of my name is Vicky Aliski with my friend
Ferdian Iswandi.
Name is Fajar Lajuardi.
will break it down for you. We will present our academic project titled Simple ATM Machine System. By the end of this presentation, you will have a clear understanding of how this essential technology works. Without further ado, let's jump into the presentation. Okay guys, you can see the program. The first step in our code is data initialization. We declared a variable named balance with an initial value of 1000. This variable acts as our core database, storing the user's starting balance before any transaction take place. Next, to prevent the program from stopping abruptly after a single comment, we implement a while true loop structure. This infinite loop ensures that the ATM system keeps running continuously, serving the user and displaying the menu repeatedly until the user explicitly chooses to exit the system. Inside this loop, the program prints the option menu on the screen and prompts the user for input using the input function. The user input will then determine the direction of the program's logic. Now, I will pass floor to the second speaker to explain the balance inquiry and deposit functionalities.
Thank you for the opportunity. I will continue the presentation by explaining the transaction logic for option 1 and 2. When the user enters the number 1 as their menu choice, the program executes the first conditional block, which displays the current balance. Here, we utilize Python F-string feature with a 2F formatting specifier. This formatting is crucial in financial applications to ensure the balance is always cleanly displayed with 2 decimal places, accurately reflecting standard currency formats. Moving on, if the user selects option 2, the program opens the deposit feature. The biggest challenge in the section in anticipating user typing error, for instance, if they accidentally enter letter or special character instead of number. To handle this, we wrap the input process inside a try except error handling block. This prevents the program from crashing or freezing unexpectedly if an invalid input occurs. Instead, it displays a user-friendly warning message. Inside this block, the system also performs a validation check to ensure the deposit amount is positive. If valid, the amount is automatically added to the balance variable. and the system instantly display the update balance as a success confirmation. Next, the withdraw feature and the exit process will be explained by your third speaker. The floor is yours.
Withdraw future and program exit. Thank you for the excellent explanation from our second speaker. Now, let us move on to the other crucial part, the cache withdraw option and closing the program. If the user select option 3, our program process a cache withdraw request. This process requires stricter validation logic because it involves a two-layer security condition check. In the first layer, the program ensures that the request withdraw amount is positive or greater than 0. In the second layer, the system checks whether the remaining funds in the balance variable are sufficient to cover a withdrawal. If both conditions are met, the transaction is declared valid and the withdrawal amount is automatically deducted from the user balance. However, if the funds are insufficient, the program rejects the withdrawal and display an insufficient balance message. Finally, if the user select option 4, the program executes the break statement. This break statement is responsible for terminating the infinite while true loop mentioned by the first speaker, safely closing the ATM program. To complete our system, we also add an else block at the very end of our conditional statement. This handles case where the user input something outside the available option, such as typing the number 5 or 9. We'll simply notify them that the choice is invalid and ask them to try again. That concludes our group presentation on the simple ATM simulation. Thank you very much for your time and attention.